Daughter soccer is the most popular team sport in the world. Throughout Europe and South America and Africa, billions of people play soccer as youngsters and enjoy watching the sport throughout their lives. The World Cup, held every 4 years, is the most anticipated sporting event in the world. However, the people of the United States of America have also been an exception. They have never gotten very excited about soccer until recently. Interest in soccer did grow in the early 1990s, when a professional league called Major League Soccer was established with teams throughout the United States and Canada. In addition, the United States hosted the 1994 World Cup. This event prompted an increase in soccer rules for children, both boys and girls. Still, Americans today follow baseball, American football, and basketball more avidly than soccer. If I asked to name two for the most popular team sports, most would probably add ice hockey rather than soccer. After all four of these popular sports were invented and developed in North America, but in recent years the attitude of American towards soccer began to improve. Many people both in and outside the United States believe that soccer is destined to become one of America's top 3 popular sports within the next 20 years. There are a number of reasons. For one thing, American teams have become stronger in international tournaments. The US men's team has been especially successful, defeating Japan to win the Women's World Cup in 2015. Should watch on TV by more American than championship games of professional basketball and ice hockey in the same year. Moreover, Major League Soccer has added several new teams in the last 10 years, so that few regions of the United States no longer professional soccer team. The injuries and participation is ever more impressive. In 1974, it was estimated that only 100,000 American children played on our soccer teams. Today, the number of 30 times greater, with over 3 million children playing soccer. One reason for this surge might be immigration. In these past 4 years, many people have moved to the US, from such soccer loving areas as Mexico and Canada area, Central America. As a reason for the popularity of soccer among children may related to negative aspects of soccer rivals. American football has always been a violent sport. Some players make contact with one another pain. As a result, the players face difficulty later in life due to injuries, especially problem with their parents. In recent days, some coaches of American football said I will not remember my reaction in play football. American football and soccer have several similarities, both are played on tractable field, outdoors, in all kinds of weather. In both sports, teammates cooperate to move a ball toward a goal. On the other hand, soccer is much safer. The contact between players is less frequent and less violent. Also, soccer can play both boys and girls, whereas American football is considered to be a boys' sport. Thus, as American football loses popularity, it seems natural that soccer popularity among young people will continue to grow. There is no doubt soccer is the most popular team sport in the world. Throughout Europe, Asia, South America, and Africa, billions of people play soccer as youngsters and enjoy watching the sport throughout their lives. The World Cup, held every 4 years, is the most anticipated sporting event in the world. However, the people of the United States of America have always been an exception. They have never gotten very excited about soccer until recently. Interest in soccer started to grow in the early 1990s, when a professional league called Major League Soccer was established with teams throughout the United States and Canada. In addition, the United States hosted the 1994 World Cup. This event prompted an increase in soccer rates for children, both boys and girls. Still, American today follow baseball, American football, and basketball more avidly than soccer. It has got to name the fourth most popular team sports. Most would popular as hockey rather than soccer. After all four of these popular sports were invented and developed in North America, but in recent years the attitude of American towards soccer began to improve. Many people, both in and outside the United States, believe soccer is urgent to become one of America's top three popular sports within the next 20 years. There are a number of reasons. Once the American teams have become stronger in the tournaments, the US team has been specialized defeating Japan to win the Women's World Cup in 2015. However, cheers not on TV by more Americans and Champions against professional baseball as in the same year. Moreover, Major League Soccer has added 7 new teams in the last 10 years, so that few ranges of them is now a professional soccer team. The increase in participants is even more impressive. In 1974, it was estimated that 100,000 American children played on the other soccer teams. This number is 30 times greater, with over 3 million children playing soccer. One reason for this thought might be immigration. In these past 40 years, many people have moved to the US from such soccer as Mexico and Central America. As a result of the popularity of soccer among children may be related to negative soccer rivals. American football has always been violent sports. Both the player and make head contact with one another on every play. As a result, veteran players face difficulty later in life due to injuries, especially problems with self-brains. In recent years, some origins of American football have said, "I will not let my children play football." American football and soccer have several similarities. Both are played on a rectangle field outdoors in all kinds of weather. In both sports, teammates cooperate to move a ball toward a goal. On the other hand, soccer is much safer. The contact between players is less frequent and less violent. Also, the game can be played by both boys and girls, whereas American football is considered to be boys' sports. Thus, as American football loses popularity, it seems natural that soccer's popularity among young people will continue to grow. There is no doubt that soccer is the most popular team sport in the world. Throughout Europe, Asia, South America, and Africa, billions of people play soccer as youngsters and enjoy watching the sport throughout the years. The World Cup, held every 4 years, is the most anticipated sports event in the world. However, the people of the United States of America has always been an exception. They have never gotten very excited about soccer until recently. Interest in soccer did grow in the early 1990s, when a professional league called Major League Soccer was established, with teams throughout the United States and Canada. In addition, the United States hosted the 1994 World Cup. These events prompted an increase in soccer leagues for children, both boys and girls. Still, Americans today follow baseball, American football, and basketball more avidly than soccer. If I could name the 4th most popular team sports, most would probably add ice hockey rather than soccer. After all 4 of these popular sports were invented and developed in North America. But in recent years, the attitude of Americans toward soccer has begun to improve. Many people both in and outside the United States believe that soccer is certain to become one of America's top 3 popular sports within the next 20 years. There are a number of reasons. For one thing, American teams have become stronger in international tournaments. The U.S. women's team has been especially successful, defeating Japan to win the Women's World Cup in 2015. The final match was watched on TV by more Americans than the championship games of professional basketball and ice hockey in the same year. Moreover, Major League Soccer has added several new teams in the last 10 years so that few regions of the United States now lack a professional soccer team. The increase in participants is even more impressive. In 1974, it was estimated that only 100,000 American children played on organized soccer teams. Today, the number is 30 times greater, with over 3 million children playing soccer. One reason for this surge might be immigration. In these past 40 years, many people have moved to the US from such soccer-loving areas as Mexico and Central America. As a reason for the popularity of soccer among children may be related to negative aspects. One of soccer's rivals, American football, has always been a violent sport. Opposing players make hard contact with one another on every play. As a result, veteran players face difficulty later in life due to injuries, especially problems with their brains. In recent years, some coaches of American football have said, "I will not let my children play football." American football and soccer have several similarities. Both are played on a rectangular field, outdoors, and all kinds of weather. In both sports, teammates cooperate to move a ball toward a goal. But on the other hand, soccer is much safer. The contact between players is less frequent and less violent. Also, soccer can be played by both boys and girls, whereas American football is considered to be a boys' sport. Thus, as American football loses popularity, it seems natural that soccer's popularity among young people will continue to grow. There is no doubt that soccer is the most popular team sport in the world. Throughout Europe, Asia, South America, and Africa, billions of people play soccer as youngsters and enjoy watching the sport throughout their lives. The World Cup, held every 4 years, is the most anticipated sporting event in the world. However, the people of the United States of America have always been an exception. They have never gotten very excited about soccer until recently. Interest in soccer did grow in the early 1990s, when a professional league called Major League Soccer was established with teams throughout the US, United States, and Canada. In addition, the United States hosted the 1994 World Cup. This event prompted an increase in soccer leagues for children, both boys and girls. Still, Americans today follow baseball, American football, and basketball more avidly than soccer. If asked to name the fourth most popular team sport, most would probably add ice hockey rather than soccer. After all four these popular sports were invented and developed in North America. But in recent years, the attitude of Americans toward soccer has begun to improve. Many people both in and outside the United States believe soccer is certain to become one of America's top 3 popular sports within the next 20 years. There are a number of reasons. For one thing, American teams have become stronger in international tournaments. The US women's team has been especially successful, defeating Japan to win the Women's World Cup in 2015. The final match was watched on TV by more American than the championship games of professional basketball and ice hockey in recent years.